Oh, hi. So I don't know, what is it? What time is it? It's like 1 a.m. We are at the Durty Bull drinking coffee. And I want you to meet Nicole Strubinski.
Thank you.
The reason I want you to meet her is because all my life I thought I was extrovert. And when I met Nicole, I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking introvert.
Okay, but that's not true. You're very extroverted.
Well, not compared to you.
I don't know. Okay, when I met Kat, we were at a techno show, and I saw you and Olga, right?
By the way, I'm not sure why I was there. I still don't remember.
I don't know why you were
I'm
there.
a mom.
And you told me that, and I was like, "You're a mom, and it's like a Thursday, and it's midnight, and you're here too." So like, okay, an introvert would never do that.
Okay.
And Alexi, and within 5 minutes, you're telling me about the mural you painted on your wall when you were on drugs. So
Cut this out.
I feel like an introvert would not be saying that kind of stuff.
Yes, okay. All right, well, but when you approached me, I was just talking with my friends, and then you coming towards me, and you like talking directly to me, and I was like, me, like what?
I've worked really hard on making eye contact with people.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
like
thank you.
I could never come up to anyone I don't know. But so do you think being extrovert, do you think it's nature or nurture, torture? What is it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of the torture. I feel like being extroverted or introverted comes from like a sense of desperation. So like I got super extroverted when I finished high school because I hated that so much that I just had so many like messed up opinions that I had to like get out. And then college I could finally do it all and nobody really had the guts to tell me to stop it. Which got me into stand-up, luckily, because you can always make a career out of just like word vomit.
No, you're right. Like life makes you just, whatever you are, but you have to adjust. I mean, yeah.
But what about you? Why do you say that now you're an introvert?
Well, again, compared to you, and I don't know, I don't go out as much and lately, and I don't know. I just cannot approach anyone, just like, out of the blue. I like someone, I can't just,
So for listeners at home, I did have Kat take the Myers-Briggs personality test, and you got, what was your introvert versus extrovert makeup again?
Commander.
Okay, and that's what you got, like 51% extrovert.
Yes.
And 49% introvert.
Yes.
So, yes.
Okay, well maybe I'm
that.
extrovert, but nothing to compare to. But well, let's figure it out more. So when you're on a date, or if you are like interested in someone romantically, do you feel comfortable being the first to make a move?
Oh man, I used to do that in high school. Actually, I would go to. I don't know why I thought speech and debate competitions were the place to like pick up cuties, but that's where I would do it. I would see a guy in like a speech and debate round, like I was like 15, and they were arguing about something like the Gulf War. I don't know, but I was just like, that's the one, like that's the guy for me. So I would after the round, what I would do is I'd write "you're cute" and my phone number on a piece of paper, and I go, "Hey, you dropped this," and then I'd run away. And you want to know how many calls I got back?
How many?
0.
Interesting.
I did that a couple times. Sometimes I'd have them pre-prepared in my pocket at these. So I was still an introvert then.
No, but it's amazing. You made the first move. You took a risk. It's amazing. Okay, let's talk about it more. I'm fascinated because I made those attempts too, okay? I swear, like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, I also approached dudes. It never worked. Ladies, have you ever approached dudes? Has it ever worked? It's like this.
Okay, actually,
Are we still living in the life where, like, if we approach dudes, they like, what the fuck is this? She wants me to marry him.
Okay. I did learn this trick from this French guy that I met when I was traveling. His name was Bogdan, and he was so beautiful.
Wait, French guy was named Bogdan?
No, I know. So I met him, and I thought he was so cute, and then he told me his name was Bogdan, and then I realized...
He was the Russian one.
No, I realized that's my dad's nickname. So I'm instantly unattractive.
He sent him.
I was instantly unattractive.
He sent him to watch after you.
Yeah, That's true. Yeah, so I met him, and he was the biggest flirt I'd ever met in my life. Like, he would ask...
He was sent to look after you, so you behave.
Yeah, I did not behave,
there would be no sex. He would be like...
That didn't work. But he would have a lighter, hold this, and that you're me, I'm him. He would say, "Oh, Nicole, can I have a lighter? Oh, thank you so much." And he would touch like 5 inches of skin before he got the thing.
And you like still was having... He still had your attention after this?
I thought it was cool.
Okay.
Okay, but what I learned about flirting is that what you should do is just pretend that you have horrible depth perception when you're talking to people. And that's how I got my current boyfriend. I swear to God. I saw he's a performer. He has a tattoo right here, like eyes, or he has eyeballs, okay? And I remember he had performed at a show. He had taken off his shirt at the show, and I went, "Oh, I like your tattoo." And I pointed at it, but I missed on purpose. And he recalls that as having been the first time I ever spoke to him, but we had been working together for months before that.
Yeah,
but it works. So
Interesting. By the way, I need more coffee to stay.
Yeah, can we get some more coffee?
Awake, please. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I like my coffee strong.
Oh, thank you.
So Barbie movie, right? Everybody's talking about it. It's beautiful. Seriously, Greta Gerwig. I think she's a hero, and Margot Robbie is now maybe the richest woman. Turns out she produced the darn thing.
I think we should start calling her Margot Robbie. By the way,
she's not Margot Robbie.
No,
fucking. What's your name?
Margot Robbie, but but Bobby's way better. Margot
I
Robbie.
will never say anything right in America.
It's way better.
It should be humbling for her because look, she's now the biggest thing in the world, and I still call her Margot Robbie.
No, and Bob is a shortened version of Robbie or Robert.
I almost got it. Anyway,
Margot Robbie.
I almost got
perfect. It. I love it.
Anyways, it's all positive there, at least in the capitalist spectrum. But what did you think when you watched it? What were your honest opinions?
Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Fucking A. How are we going to talk about it?
But we
drink coffee.
This is what I was saying, is that I'm on Twitter so much that I feel as if I've watched the full film. So...
oh, yes, the comments.
Exactly. We were talking about this earlier. I only read the comments. I don't consume them. Like, I'm not on Instagram anymore because I don't have time for that. But what I heard from my best friend, who she's a beautiful young girl. She's like 21, and she hates women. I don't get it. I don't know. But she loved the Barbie movie, and I think it kind of changed something in her, which is what made me think I actually do have to see it.
Interesting.
Yes.
She's like, I can't.
She was like, I actually like women now because Greta Gerwig has given me a better perspective on the possibilities of what the future of women can become, which is just a more realistic approach to femininity, is what I heard.
I agree up until some point where it was like, what is the future of women? Nobody hooked up.
You know what? That's true. And you said something earlier that I thought was very interesting, which is that all the religious trauma from all of these, let's say, Eastern European ladies. Let's start there.
Yeah, I did say that. And all my religious friends, I love you. But I have to say, I'll be honest here. I do think that it would be nice if Barbie and Ken hooked up. I mean, what?
It'd be more realistic to the kind of Barbie that I was playing as a kid. Like, you give me 5 minutes alone with those guys and they're inside each other. They don't even have any, there's no
right?
orifice even.
I wish,
I'll find a way.
As a child, not child, but I was 11 when I got my Barbie. I was like, I wish I had Ken. Yeah, for my Barbie.
Yeah.
Where was he? And then I watched the movie and I was like, okay, finally, the fantasy will be realized. Nothing. Mm-mm. The Barbie was asexual. Nothing against asexuals, but...
Just that my Barbies were polyamorous is all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Polymer amorous. Just an idea, just a thought for later.
Do you want vareniki?
Yeah, I would love one.
Let's.
Oh my
We're
god.
drinking strong coffee.
Yeah, it's super strong. This would really help wash it down, I think.
So as an extrovert, you were born here,
Yes.
hence no accent like some other people.
No problem.
Do you feel comfortable living in? Do you want some onion?
Yeah, thank you.
In individual-centered kind of American approach to life? Like how do you feel? Because I was not born here, and to me, it's still very foreign.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear your opinion on this too, because it is such a stark difference between countries that like have maybe a communal taking care of each other, or even I feel like some parts of the South, like people do in fact take care of each other. But in Los Angeles, where I'm from, everyone's an artist or an actor or a musician, and so they all have like a brand included in like their name.
Right.
So everyone's doing their own thing, trying to like do their own hustle, and it feels really weird. And I struggle now that like my life feels pretty slow. I'm just working my job and sleeping in my home and like not trying to do a brand thing.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, by LA standards, I'm dead now. So that's a weird feeling. But I'm cool with it. It just means you have to have a secondary psychotic hobby to keep yourself busy. But in your experience, having grown up in Ukraine, but like very far eastern Ukraine, right? What was that like?
I come from a very small town, and I was born in former USSR, but I'm a Ukrainian. But the communists did certainly leave its imprint by sort of like being humble is something that valued. And I remember I came to New York and I took a couple of English classes at, I don't know, some universities there. And my English teacher was like, and here's a word humble. It's a negative word. And it blew my mind. It was like, how is it negative? This is who I am.
That's so weird.
And she was like, yes, no. In America, we are bold, we talk loud, up front, and confident. And I was like, this is everything that they taught me against. If I'm like this, I must be a traitor. Or something like America loving or like capitalism loving. I don't know. This is something I'm still trying to unpack. I am certainly feeling more comfortable in the capitalist system. Don't kill me.
Okay.
Companies were nuts.
That does add though, because you were a model in New York for a very long time.
Yes.
So
I had to become extrovert. That's right.
That's right. And so how did your family understand what you were doing, at least in their cultural perspective? Like
my family?
Yeah.
They bought me a ticket to go to New York when I was 16. And so they were like, you making money there? Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Today, and people in America would ask me, you were in New York at 16? I was like, yeah. At least I wasn't in Moscow. Again, it's weird. I asked you this question about individual about individual philosophy and the more team kind of like philosophy in Eastern Europe. But again, I feel more comfortable here, honestly. I don't know if it's the right thing, but
yeah, I mean, I guess I can understand your perspective because my dad was raised in Soviet Poland. So like he defected before communism had ended there.
Yeah.
And so my entire upbringing, I felt like I was getting kind of like the secondhand smoke of the USSR the whole time. And so like a lot of those principles were still instilled in me while I was growing up in the US, which I'm grateful for because it made me really good at school. And have a lot of interesting problems to turn into awesome jokes later. But yeah, it's his advice was always to like be smart, raise your hand, but don't say too much because then you'll say something stupid and then everyone will know.
See, I never got that advice. Interestingly, you said, we talked before, and you said that at the end of the school, American parents were happy for their kids to graduate.
Oh, yeah.
And they were sending the best, most loving wishes to their kids. And you were like, send a couple of words of criticism, what you can do better.
Yeah, okay, so I went to a Catholic high school, which is its own story, but there was like a senior retreat where we all went away to the mountains to pray for 3 days, and on the last night we were there, all of the students were given like envelopes with letters their parents had written them about like graduating their senior year and all of that, and so all of these kids with American parents are reading these notes, and it's all the words their parents never said of "I love you," "I'm so proud of you," "You are the star of my life," whatever. And then me and all of the Asian students were sitting in the corner playing Uno because we'd opened up our letters, and my dad said, "Just try a little harder and like turn those B's to A's, and then I will be proud of you." And I was like, I knew this. I knew that already.
All the kids from Ukraine, Poland, Russia can relate to this.
Yeah, we were chilling. And so one of the like spiritual counselors or professors, they came over and they're like, "Are you guys okay? Did you get letters that were so deep that like some wall came up inside you, like psychologically? Like, are you okay?" And we're like, "You're fine.
You're fine."
Like we could roll that paper up and smoke it, and we wouldn't be upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad that there wasn't too much like withheld sentimental stuff about that. I kind of knew how my dad felt, and I knew he loved me because he brought me cut up fruit when I was studying, which is enough.
Right. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. Huh?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Another question for you. Do you believe that aliens are real?
That's a great question. Okay. I don't buy all this. Okay, I do think that all of the weird government shit going on is legit. Like, I think that, of course, the government's encountered some bodies that we can't explain. But the problem is that I think that as a society, we are so preoccupied with, like, other dumb shit that doesn't matter or that should have been addressed a long time ago, like climate-related anything or, like, our day jobs, that, like, it's indicative of our, mental capacities as a group of people that we don't really give a shit. Because, like, everyone just went to work the next day. And I was like...
Nobody can afford to think of this shit.
No, exactly. Nobody can... Like, we don't even have the mental bandwidth to really care that if aliens showed up tomorrow, I think a lot of us would still go to work, to be honest. Like, if they showed up, we'd be like, that's crazy.
My thing with aliens is this. Why the fuck are they shady?
Shady? What do you mean?
Meaning, like, you know, they throwing us a bone here, bone there. Just come out already.
Just come. It's okay.
Come out. And, like, why didn't you kill Hitler? Is my question to them.
That's a great
when they show
question.
Up. Like, I want to know where the motherfuckers were.
Yeah, I'd be like, cool spaceship,
like, why
buddy.
didn't you kill fucking Stalin? Why don't you help us? Fucking A.
I'm like
here and there, like they pass there, they shatter here.
Also, if they're landing anywhere, why is it the U.S. and why is it not Russia?
Exactly.
Why are we not landing somewhere where there could be something a little more interesting?
Exactly. Yeah, why not? You know, land your fucking spaceship on the Kremlin and, you know, call it a day.
I feel like Russian architecture is kind of already asking for a UFO to just like sit right on top of it.
I think they're there, but they just don't give a fuck. That's what I think.
Well, then in that sense, okay, if you got abducted by aliens tomorrow...
I'll tell them to fuck off.
Okay.
They did nothing. They did nothing for us.
But, like, what if they could just promise you, like, a life of not giving a fuck? Isn't that what you've always wanted?
No.
Do you prefer to be a hater?
No, I prefer drama.
Okay, imagine...
And some hot dudes around.
Okay, a new proposition. Aliens abduct you tomorrow. You get a phone with only Twitter on it, and you can post as much as you want, and the aliens are hot dudes. but it's just you, and you can see the Earth.
See, no, I have to bring my husband because I love him.
Okay, well, it's only because this is being filmed, but that's...
No, I do love my husband. I love you. But, anyways, I'm not a fan of aliens, and I am not a fan of the government not telling us shit. All right, well, are you gonna vote for presidents coming up?
I don't want to say this. I don't want to talk about this. I had my first voting cycle already as someone who's allowed to vote.
Okay, do you think they're gonna indict, or what's the word? Are they gonna
Oh
put
my
the
God,
Trump to prison,
what
or
the
what?
fuck is in this coffee, bro? Oh my God. You need to ask my agent first. I'm not
No, I
doing
don't
these.
understand what's going on with the Trump. He is in prison, or they take him in cuffs, and maybe it's AI images, but that's my dream.
I think those are AI.
But he always gets some kind of something and is not going anywhere.
Yeah, because we talked about this a little
It's
bit
always
earlier.
exciting and just going nowhere.
Well, it's because when you are that rich, you have what we call racism money. It's when you are you have so much money that you start saying racist shit online.
You mean like you want to be, you really show your face.
Yeah. And so, but again, it's like you have that buffer of money, so you can just keep doing it. So you just keep doing it. That's why I want that kind of money, not to be racist, but to go like hang out on a farm somewhere.
I would not even know what I would do with this kind of money, but run for president. Except I can't. I was not born here. Anyways, on this note, that I cannot run for president, thank you so much for watching this. Stay with us because there's more fun coming. Okay, bye.